for those who don't know, we do a quiz. We try and do it every week. This week, we've never done it before, but it's Would I Lie to You? Now, you've probably seen the TV show. This time, it's all about me. I'm going to ask the questions to our guests. They've got 3 questions to ask me back, and then they've got to say true or false. So, Richard Latto, you're first. You're always first. Let's go for it. When I was 7, I was a bridesmaid at my auntie's wedding. Now you can ask me 3 questions.
Was that when your name was Petri or something? Petri Shevlin. I'd say false. That's got to be false. I'm not even.
You can ask me a question about it if you want.
What do you remember what you were wearing?
I was wearing a nice yellow frilly dress, and I was standing there with my brother's sister's girlfriend.
There's a lot of detail in this story, isn't there? So maybe it is true.
Too much detail.
Why were you made to be? Were you made to be a bridesmaid, or did you choose to be a bridesmaid?
I was made to be bridesmaid because I had such lovely hair, lovely blonde hair, cut in a bold kind of crop. Like my mum put a bowl around my head and cut around and it was lovely and long. I was classically blonde, beautiful looking little boy.
You can't make someone be a bridesmaid. I think that's not true. I think that... No, I'm going to say false. That's got to be false.
You're right. It is false. Well done.
Good line, though.
My next one is... When I'm in a hotel, I like to make toast because I don't like to buy the extra breakfast because I find like spending the 12 quid on breakfast is a rip-off because I never enjoy breakfast. But I make toast by ironing bread because you've always got an iron in the room. I make toast by ironing the bread on the ironing board. Those little tiny ones that they give you, and then that is good enough just to spread a little packet of margarine on top, and that's me done. And I've saved myself 12 quid. True or false?
I wondered where this was going when you said when I'm in a hotel alone by myself. I thought you told me once that you made bacon butties in a trouser press in a hotel. I'm sure you told me that you used the trouser press to cook stuff. If it wasn't you, it was someone else that was adamant they cooked food in the trouser press. I'm going to say that's true, actually, because I imagine you do a lot of travelling and you're quite tight. I imagine that's true.
You know what? I've not got the false music line.
So they're all true.
But it's false. It's not true, Richard Latto. You should know me better than that. I don't even eat gluten. All right. Back when I was little... there was these pipes in the garden, and me and my brothers used to play with these pipes, and we used to like blow pipe like little things at each other, like little beans and stuff. But actually, we didn't realise it, but there was poo in these pipes, and we used to blow pipe poo. True or false?
Yeah, that's true. You grew up in Cornwall, didn't you? So that's bound to be true. That's a popular pastime down there, isn't it? Spitting shit.
You're absolutely right. In my first home, in my first spitting shit.
Sorry, all I can think of when you think of Cornwall, I think of that guy that eats roadkill off of the Bodmin, that road that runs through Bodmin. So you think anything bloody goes in Cornwall.
Anything goes.
As you've proved.
In my first home, I was trying to set up a new pipe for a radiator, and I drilled through a pipe, and water went everywhere and went into the downstairs flat. True or false?
True. Yeah, that sounds like it's true.
It is true. Well done.
That's expensive mistake, that is.
My brother used to play netball with the girls' team, and when he was little, the girl that was next to him, he was goal shoot, and she was goal defence, and she showed him that he didn't wear any knickers Well, no, she showed him that she
Be
wasn't
careful
wearing
with
knickers. And he didn't play netball again. Is that true or false?
I think that's true. Again, Cornish background. I think it's true.
It is true. Well
There
done,
you go.
Richard. That was good. Good showing. 4 out of 5. I think this is easy because I think it's obvious which ones are true and false. Dean, are you ready to go for this?
Yeah, this is turning into a bit of a therapy session for you, I think, Pete. These revelations that you're coming out with. It's like you should be lying on a long settee.
I mark every Christmas by taking a chair at the dinner table and getting a toy gun and doing a desk pop, aka Will Ferrell in The Other Guys. True or false?
Right, you're going to have to explain what a desk pop is to me. I've never seen that film.
Right. A desk pop is where you sit there and let off your gun into the air. And in the film, he kind of shoots his real gun into the air, and then he gets his gun taken off him. It's absolute classic. It's a brilliant film. The Other Guys, you've got to watch it.
And how long have you been doing this? You
For the
say
last
every
5
Christmas.
years. For the last 5 years, since I've seen The Other Guys.
Okay, all right. So set the scene. You sit down to Christmas dinner,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you've got what kind of gun is it?
Just a little cap gun. Just a little tiny kind of cap
Gun.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
It's how I start Christmas meal. It's the, some people have a prayer. I have a desk pop. Boof. Into the air.
desk pop. Right, 5 years. So you've sat down with a lovely Christmas meal with your family. You've whipped a gun out. All normal so far. And do you prepare your family for what you're going to do, or do you just let it off?
No. Well, now they know I do it. But the first year I did it, they didn't know what was going on. It's my
Right, that's
desk
a bit. it's a
Now I
bit
do it
more
every
of-
year. It's like a starting pistol. It's like, yay, the dinner is commencing. Bosh. Some people will have a little prayer. They say, oh, the little baby Jesus, thanks for, being born and the manger and stuff. I have a desk pop. Poof.
Yeah, and not completely normal, Pete. Do you get any complaints from the neighbours saying?
No, it's just a little gun. It's just a little toy gun. That's all it is. Toy gun.
And who owns the gun?
It's my son.
I think I've asked far more than 3 questions, haven't I? I think it's true. You played that really well, actually.
Thank you. Desk pop is false. Next question. Next answer is I lied to get free cake in Australia. I lied to get free cake in Australia.
You lied,
I did, yeah.
and what was the lie?
The lie was I had a fake NUJ little badge that got me in to the racetrack in the Melbourne Cup, and I got through to the press stand, and I had cake and coffee for free.
You didn't mention the coffee earlier.
That's true, I didn't.
Interesting. I think I've got a couple of questions left. So you showed your badge and then just handed over some walnut cake. What cake was it?
Chocolate cake, probably. It's the only cake I kind of eat.
So they offered you chocolate cake and you said yes, that's the only one I can eat, so I'll have that.
There was a selection.
It's convenient, isn't it? There's a selection, so you took the one that you can have. And more important question: because you'd stolen it, effectively, did it taste better?
It didn't actually. I kind of felt a bit rushed. I thought somebody was going to actually find me out, so I quickly scoffed and went back to the surrounding areas.
And this was in Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah, Australia.
Was it a hot day?
Probably, I don't know. It's always hot there, isn't it?
The fudge in the chocolate cake would have melted. False.
I'm afraid I did. I did lie to get free cake in Australia. I can fall asleep anywhere as long as I'm holding a bottle of water. Is that true or false?
Why?
I don't know. if I'm just holding, like, I've got my beer bottle here, Old Speckled Hen, gluten free. If I'm holding a bottle of water like that on my lap, I don't know why, out like a light.
Okay, so you're on a park bench. You're holding
anyway.
a bottle of.
Anyway,
you're holding a bottle of.
As long as I've got a bottle, it doesn't matter what's in the bottle. I could, woof, like that.
And you're simply just holding it. You're not using it as a pillow.
No, just holding it. I can fall asleep as long as I've got the bottle. It's almost like a little comfort blanket.
Except it's a bottle.
I don't know.
A full bottle? Is it a full bottle of water?
It can be anything. It can be a bottle of anything. But yeah, usually a bottle.
I don't buy it. False.
It's wrong, I'm afraid, Dean.
Oh.
You're not very good at this tonight. I was a tree in a nativity play. A tree.
Did you audition to be the tree?
I was just given it. They didn't like me. It was this guy at class, Mr. Knight. He wasn't very nice to me, and he just told me I was going to be the tree.
Okay, I'm the director. What was the director's name in school?
It was a primary school, but he was called Mr. Knight. He was just the really awful music teacher.
Okay, I'll be Mr. Knight. Let's go back to the scene of the crime. Okay, Peter. Be a tree. Action. Yeah, perfect. That's a tree. Maybe I go a little bit higher. That would be my direction. Perfect, Peter. True.
It's false.
You're a perfect tree.
Thanks. Last question for you, Dean. Hopefully you can get a clean sweep of X's on this. I paid £250 for somebody to tell me to switch off my computer and turn it back on again. £250.
Well, my initial reaction is that you're. When was this? Sorry.
It was when I started my own company, and I wasn't really sure what I was doing. We had this new computer that was recording audio, and we were editing, and I just needed some help. And so I Googled it. There was this guy. He was an expert on Pro Tools, and what do you know? I found out that he could really help me. And essentially, all he did was tell me to turn it off and turn it back on again.
And when you got the receipt for that £250, what is that paying for? His suggestion?
No. It was like you had to pay before you could sign up and help and get his help. So that £250 lasted me for the whole year. It was like a yearly fee, but the only time I ever used it was to find out that I had to turn my computer off and back on again.
I think you're a bit too tech savvy for that. I wouldn't have thought you would. If drop my plectrum. If you were billed £250, you'd have got that money back. Because if I was taking £250 off you for that, I'd just give it you back. So false.
Yay! Dean Lane, you get one right.
Yes.
Nice. Well
Better than
done.
nothing.
1 out of 5. Ain't bad, but it's not great.
You were actually billed 500. That's the real answer.
Sophie.
Yeah, I'm not as inquisitive as Dean, so.
I used to put pants on my head to cure acne.
False. I hope.
Right and false.
You're right.
Well, that's the way to do it. Just say true and false to get it right.
When I was young, I used to play in an arsenic works.
I don't know what that is.
That's where they take out arsenic from the ground. And arsenic is a very kind of it's a substance you shouldn't be playing around, basically.
True.
Sophie, you've got all the star for this. I get my cooking tips from Liam Neeson. Do you want to ask me about it? No, you're just going to tell me.
Yeah. Does he do a YouTube channel on cooking or something?
No.
False.
It is in fact true. I once met him and he told me how to make some really good parsnips, and I've always stuck to his parsnip recipe. I can't sit through the whole of The Shining. Is that true or false?
True.
It is true. It's that come play with us, Danny. It's just freaky. Those
Red rum.
The red rum bit, yeah. Last one for you, Sophie. I've cheated on every exam I've ever had.
False. I think you're better than that, Peter. I hope.
It's actually true. Well, every exam I can remember, I've cheated on. So that's 3 out of 5. Richard Latto, you're the winner. Well done.
Wow, back on form for once.
Back on
Crikey,
form,
it's been
yeah.
weeks.